All right. All right. Let's just let's make sure something. Yeah, so I noticed. So give me a second while I fix it. All right. Hi guys, how you doing? So this is gonna be something a little different, a little bit I don't know what you call it, strange. Hi. This is the other side of PJ Gamers, and we do a lot of different things here, so we're just gonna double check if this is not delayed, and it's so delayed. It's so delayed. So hopefully it doesn't look terrible. Let's go here. I'm gonna mute myself. We're gonna go here. We're just gonna go here. What's going on with the yeah, so it is looking and sounding terrible. Let's go change the mic. There we go. So that is going to be a little bit better. Hopefully you guys can hear the clicking. So, capture card. Okay. Oh, there we go. You won't hear the clicking, I basically said, but whatever. Let's go back to here. Let's go mute that. Perfect. All right. All right, so it's slightly delayed, but looks good. Thank you guys for stopping by. We're going to do some STEM research, environmental science, some genetics, some research based evidence. This is basically what I like to call the other side of PJ Gamers. Sure, we love video games. Sure, we love what do we call the fun times. And I met my brother. He same thing. So how we're going to start it off is we're going to just go to an argument I had with a few people, and it is something that I would like to clarify to them, because I understand, these things are very pressing issues. These are very pressing topics that could become very emotional to other people. And personally, I don't want what do you call it to become vitriolic, but I work off different wirings. And when I see a set of disinformation, misinformation, and just a lack of just seeing that cause does not mean was it cause and effect. It's not really like cause and effect. There is like causation, correlation. It's not really the same. So, excuse me. We're going to go through a few things. So I want to start off with how it's just all began, and we're gonna do it with one man. So let's show you that one particular person that started it all. Yep, that's right. This man right here. Wait, hold on. There you go. Okay, it's working. It's working. I thought. So to clarify what this is the United Nations. This is the United Nations in New York City, homegrown. Hold on, I forgot. I know. You guys were hearing me without music, I bet. Excuse me. I'm a little sick today, so Hopefully, you guys can excuse the just the amount of coughing that I will do because I am completely sick. But I want to go into and I want to explain what is going on with the United Nations. What's going on with this climate change? What's going on with all this information saying that it's real, it's fake? The president just said it's fake. But let's listen from the horse's mouth. And just again to explain again, he's in the United Nations of New York City. A lot of people have come to go and watch it. And if you guys also want to know, he is a very call it problematic president because of how strange his information goes through. Let's just start, right? And let's listen to what the horses has to say.
Another UN official stated in 1989 that within a decade, entire nations could be wiped off the map by global warming. Not happening. You know, it used to be global cooling. If you look back years ago in the 1920s and the 1930s, they said, global cooling will kill the world. We have to do something. Then they said global warming will kill the world, but then it started getting cooler, so now they could just call it climate change because that way they can't miss. It's climate change. Because if it goes higher or lower, whatever the hell happens, there's climate change. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. Climate change, no matter what happens, you're involved in that. No more global warming, no more global cooling, all of these predictions made by the United Nations and many others, often for bad reasons, were wrong. They were made by stupid people that have cost their countries fortunes and given those same countries no chance for success. If you don't get away from this green scam, your country is going to fail. And I'm really good at predicting things, you know. They actually said during the campaign they had a hat, the best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right about everything. And I'm telling you that if you don't get away from the green energy scam, your country is going to fail. And if you don't stop people that you've never seen before, that you have nothing in common with, your country is going to fail. I'm the President of the United States, but I worry about Europe. I love Europe. I love the people of Europe. And I hate to see it being devastated by energy and immigration. This double-tailed monster destroys everything in its wake, and they cannot let that happen any longer. You're doing it because you want to be nice. You want to be politically correct, and you're destroying your heritage. They must take control strongly and immediately of the unmitigated immigration disaster and the fake energy catastrophe before it's too late. The carbon footprint is a hoax made up by people with evil intentions, and they're heading down a path of total destruction. You know, the carbon footprint was a big, big thing a few years ago. I remember hearing about the carbon footprint, and then President Obama would get into Air Force One, a massive Boeing 747, and not a new one, an old one with old engines that spew everything into the atmosphere. He'd talk about the carbon footprint, we must do so. Then he'd get in and he'd fly from Washington to Hawaii to play a round of golf. And then he'd get back onto that big, beautiful plane and he'd fly back and he'd talk about, again, global warming and the carbon footprint. It's a con job. At extreme cost and expense, Europe reduced its own carbon footprint by 37%. Think of that. Congratulations, Europe. Great job. You cost yourself a lot of jobs, a lot of factories closed, but you reduced the carbon footprint by 37%. However, for all of that sacrifice and much more, it's been totally wiped out and then some by a global increase of 54%. Much of it coming from China and other countries that are thriving around China. which now produces more CO2 than all the other developed nations in the world. So all of these countries are working so hard on the carbon footprint, which is nonsense, by the way. It's nonsense. You know, it's interesting. In the United States, we have still radicalized environmentalists, and they want the factories to stop. Everything should stop. No more cows. We don't want cows anymore. I guess they want to kill all the cows. They want to do things that are just unbelievable, and you have it too. But you know, we have a border, strong, and we have a shape, and that shape doesn't just go straight up. That shape is amorphous when it comes to the atmosphere. And if we had the most clean air, and I think we do, we have very clean air. We have the cleanest air we've had in many, many years. But the problem is that other countries, like China, which has air that's a little bit rough, it blows. And no matter what you're doing down here, the air up here tends to get very dirty because it comes in from other countries where their air isn't so clean. And the environmentalists refuse to acknowledge that.
I mean, wow, right? It's a hoax. It's a lie. People, presidents who have ridden Air Force One, they are inadvertently also ruining the atmosphere. But oh no, that really is not the case, right? Well, this is where the conversation started. And this is where it goes next. Where I was sent this article by one of my stout friends who did not read the article. He did not read the article. He did not even think about what's going on, right? So why is like these people who think they know the information give and send an article that, oh, it's proving me correct, which I get. That sounds like a, oh, know-it-all. I'm not trying to be that, but here's how we can go through this article together and actually show. Ooh, actual size is terrible. So we're going to go with single page continuous. We're going to go to automatically resize. There we go. Okay. We're going to go and start with it, right? So this article is not proving or disproving. Well, this article is not disproving climate change. How? It's saying that scientists have captured Earth's climate over the last 485 million years. Here's a surprising place we stand now. How? How are we so bad? The graph shows it. I'm right. Well, let's actually dive into and read the article. It says, excuse me. In an effort to understand Earth's past climate, uncovered a history of wild temperatures, shifts, and offered a warning on the consequence of human-caused warming. So the funny thing is, he sent me this front sentence, that front sentence right here, this whole thing, and he didn't read it. He's like, oh, you see, it proves you wrong. Look at this graph. It's telling me. So what I noticed is that he didn't read the article. He only read the graph. So let's see how we can read a graph. So when reading a graph, we do not particularly look at the lines at all. Like, not yet. We can't. We cannot read the lines of the graph at all. And the main reason why we don't do that is because there's so much context and so much information. It just the sides, the words that are just there, and just everything in between. So let's start off with the left, right? The left side of the graph is telling us it is in Celsius. So from 0 to 10, 20, 30, and 40. Reason why is because it correlates to the right side of the graph, which it is Fahrenheit 32, 50, 68, 86, and 104. Now, let's go into the bottom side, the year. 485 million years ago. Oh, that's our zero technically. Technically, it's our zero. Then it goes down from 390, da, 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 da. And then current geological stage, where we are currently. And we're like, okay, what's the point? I'm not getting it still. Okay, let's continue. First vertebrates on land, right? This is very, 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 very old, not old timey, but old old animals are great grand family of our genetical lineage, right? We'll go into genetics later with how this is technically like weird and all that stuff, and the animal tree. There's also global mean surface temperature. We'll worry about that later. We'll worry about the line later, but that's again right in front of us. Global mean surface temperature. First mammals, that's around 225. So they marked it. So it's a good reason they marked it. Then extinction of dinosaurs, 65 million years. And we can estimate around 8 million. So it will be around here somewhere, maybe the 8 million mark, maybe the 6 million mark is where humans came to be. But let's start off with how someone can get confused. They look at the chart and they say, wow, it has been so hot before. Like from here to here, it's been so hot. How is it possible for someone to say like, oh, this, if it's been this hot before, what's the issue? Well, let's see how temperature shifts, right? There is a massive decrease in temperature, right? And it devilishly fast increase. You can see there, it's just, this is probably like 2 billion years. This is not that bad, 2 billion years. Then, we cool off. First vertebrates on land, This right here is a cooling period. It's around 70, probably 70, 74, 76, 78 Fahrenheit to 25 Fahrenheit, right? Excuse me. And you can see how it's a nice cooling temperature. It's decreasing. Then it increases. There could be an issue. There could be a reason there. Probably volcanic eruptions, slow volcanic eruptions. The Earth is moving as it continues to decrease in temperature. It actually decreases to a point where it's near or close to ours, even probably colder. Continues sharp increase, decreases, and then increase, decrease, increase, slow increase, sharp increase right around here, and just decreases all the way through. There's the global freezing as well, and we're here, and right here is us. So, excuse me. Let's continue reading. Also, Sarah Kaplan and Simon Duquat. I cannot read your names correctly. I'm so sorry if I have butchered it. But please excuse my ignorance because I am not feeling so well. So it says in and ambitious. I can't read because of this nose. Ambitious effort. Sorry, an ambitious effort to understand the Earth's climate over the past 485 million years has revealed a history of wild shifts and far hotter temperatures than scientists previously realized, offering a reminder of how much change the planet has already endured and a warning about the unprecedented rate of warming caused by humans. Still not disproving climate change. Timeline, published Thursday. The journal Science is the most rigorous reconstruction of Earth's past temperatures ever produced. The author says, curated by combining more than 150,000 pieces of fossil evidence with state-of-the-art climate models. It shows the intimate link between carbon monoxide as well, carbon monoxide, and global temperatures, and reveals that the world was in a much warmer state for most of history of complex animals. And complex animals, by the way, is just basically like vertebrates. It's like people, like swimming creatures. Where we're probably basic, what we consider basic, or it's like very very original bacteria. So it could even be bacteria. Complex life could just be bacteria as well. It could be the beginning of bacteria. Simplistic could probably be like just RNA, right? It could just be RNA. But yeah, it's saying that it's complicated. It's the complicated animals that used to live there. Temperatures used to be hotter, and I'm like, cool. That tells us a lot. Okay, well, that doesn't tell us a lot, but it tells us enough, right? At its hottest, we're going to continue. At its hottest, the study suggests that the Earth's average temperature reached 96.8 degrees Fahrenheit, 36 degrees Celsius, far higher than the historic 58.96 Fahrenheit, 14.98 Celsius, the planet hit last year. Wow. Major temperatures, totally different. It is definitely not a problem, right? Well, let's continue. The revelation about Earth's scorching past are further reasons for concern about modern climate change, said Emily Judd, a researcher at the University of Arizona and the Smithsonian specializing in ancient climates, and the lead author of the study. Let's go. Put yourself on the front, girl. The timeline illustrates how swift and dramatic temperature shifts were associated with many of the world's worst moments, including a mass extinction that wiped out roughly 90% of all species, and asteroid strikes that killed the dinosaurs. So let's go here, right here. Sharp increase, right? This is a very extreme sharp increase from 64.6 Celsius to 83.3 Fahrenheit. This is obviously telling us the temperature where it's lying. over time. This is probably about 1 billion years. So, what is going on here? Well, we'll explain in a bit. But what it's telling us, excuse me, what it's telling us is that temperatures increase fast, very quickly, extremely fast, in around the 300 something year, right? Super fast. So 83.3 Fahrenheit to 64.6 Fahrenheit. We're all American here. We're not using the metric system. We ain't that supreme. But it says here the largest mass extinction happened 250 million years ago when gases from volcanic eruptions, including CO2, raised Earth's temperature by more than 18 Fahrenheit in the span of about 50,000 years. Wow. We know that these catastrophic events shift the landscape of what life life looks like. Judd said, when the environment warms that fast, animals and plants can't keep pace with it. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. I had a little bit of a nasal issue. I don't know what it is. I think it's allergies, maybe, but I don't know. Uh, so, as it says, the warmer the environment gets faster than usual, the harder it is for animals to keep up in pace, right? At no point in nearly half a billion years that Judd and her colleagues analyzed did the Earth change as fast as it's changing now, she said. So, even the article right now is confirming that climate change is having an effect and we are the cause of it. Well, could be the cause of it. It didn't say that, especially, but it says that the environment is heating up very quickly. Now it could be us, it could be someone else, but let's continue. In the same way as a massive asteroid hit the Earth, what we're doing now is unprecedented. 485 million years of temperature turmoil. The timeline encompasses almost all of the Phanerozoic and the geologic that begins with the emergence of multicellular non-microscopic organisms and continues today. It portrays a global climate that was more dynamic and extreme than researchers had imagined, said Jez Cherney, a climate scientist at the University of Arizona, co-author of the study compared with graphics based solely on climate models, which tend to depict smaller and slower swings in temperatures. The new timeline is full of sudden spikes and abrupt shifts, but in keeping with decades of past research on climate, the chart hews closely to estimates of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, with temperatures rising in proportion to concentration of the heat trapping gas. Carbon dioxide is really that master dial, Turney said. That's an important message in terms of understanding why emissions from fossil fuels are a problem today. At the time timelines start some 485 million years ago, Earth was in what is known as a hot house climate with no polar ice caps. An average temperature above 86 Fahrenheit to 30 Celsius, 86 Fahrenheit, 30 Celsius. The oceans teemed with mollusks and arthropods. The very first plant were just beginning to get a a toehold, a toehold on the land. Temperatures began to slowly decline over the next 30 million years as atmospheric carbon dioxide was pulled from the air before plummeting into what scientists called a cold house state around 444 million years ago. Ice sheets spread across the poles. The global temperatures dropped more than 18 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius. This rapid cooling is thought to have triggered the first of the Earth's big five mass extinctions. Some 85% of marine species disappeared as sea levels fell and the chemistry of the ocean changed. An even more dramatic shift occurred at the end of the period about 251 billion years ago. Mass volcano eruptions unleashed billions of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, causing the planet temperatures to shoot up by about 18 Fahrenheit to 10 Celsius in roughly 50,000 years. Acid rain fell across the continents. Marine ecosystems collapsed as the ocean became boiling hot and depleted of oxygen. We know it to be the worst extinction in the Phanerozoic, I can't control it, Phanerozoic, Terminae said, Tierney said, I can't say her name. I'm gonna have to listen to it because I really don't like butchering people's name. And can I? I can. Oh yeah, I definitely heard
Tierney.
Tierney. Okay, Tierney. Tierney said, my by analogy, we should be worried about human warming because it's so fast. We're changing Earth's temperature at a rate that exceeds anything we know about. The study also makes clear that the conditions humans are accustomed to are quite different from those that have dominated our planet's history. For most of the Phanerozoic, the research suggests that average temperatures have exceeded 71.6 Fahrenheit, 22 Celsius, with little or no ice at the poles. Cold house climate, including our current one, prevailed just 13% of the time. So we can see right here is trying to direct us to focus on something, which is this section right here. But let's go a little bit closer. It says right here, modern humans appeared after 50 million years of falling temperatures that led to the coldest period recorded, which right here is 52.5 Fahrenheit to 51.8 Fahrenheit, 1136, 33.6 Celsius. So what does this tell us? It was getting cold. But why? Well, let's figure that out. This is one of the more sobering revelations of the research. Judd said, life on Earth has endured climate far hotter than the one people are now creating through planet warming emissions. But humans evolved during the coldest epoch of the Phanerozoic, when global average temperatures were as low as 51.8 Fahrenheit, 11 Celsius. Without rapid action to curb greenhouse gas emissions, scientists say global temperatures could reach nearly 62.6 Fahrenheit, 17 Celsius by the end of the century, a level not seen in the timeline since the Miocene epoch, more than 50 million years ago. Excuse me, guys. Okay, we're back. So now, where were we? Life on Earth has so what we were stating is that life on Earth. So this is one of the most sobering revelations of research. Judd said, life on Earth has endured climate far hotter than what the one people are now creating, though through planet warming emissions. But humans evolved during the coldest epoch of the Phanerozoic, when global average temperatures were at as low as 51.8 Fahrenheit, 11 Celsius. Without rapid action to curb greenhouse gas emissions, scientists say global temperatures could reach nearly 62.6 Fahrenheit, 17 Celsius by the end of the century, a level not seen in the timeline since the Miocene epoch, more than 50 million years ago. So, this is us. The planet has been heating up for the past 20,000 years, but human-caused emissions in recent centuries have pushed the rate of warming into unprecedented territory. So, I want to just show you something to get up to the point. Do you see how fast that is up there? Wow. It's incredibly high. It's incredibly fast too. Less than probably 20,000 years, is as it says, or maybe less than 10,000 years, or maybe 1,000 years. But it's current times, and it's like that. So maybe 2,000 years. We already catched up. We're like, oh yeah, there's epoch time. Whoop. It's probably staying around here. This is epoch time probably. And this is rough, but like look how fast that is. We came to this section. We're going down. Wait, so let's say I guess right here. Look how slow this is right here. It's ridiculous. This is years. This is millions of years. This is 50,000 years, maybe. It's pretty slow. We built our civilization around those geologic landscapes of an ice house, Judd said. So even though climate has been warmer, humans haven't lived in a warmer climate, and there are a lot of consequences that humans face during this time. I think we got the gist of it, right? This is the animal tooth that they took, fossils. And if you guys don't believe in evolution and you guys believe in some other stuff and you don't believe in this, okay, that's cool. So there's a lot of other things that they don't know, but I'm gonna give my take on this. Let's go back to the top. So if you can see right here, you can't see any of the information that they really want you to see. Oh, look, it's super hot. So what? This is the coldest. And what? This is current times? Okay, so what? Well, if we consider this in our set of mind, as I said, humans started around here somewhere. And we just went, woo, cold, right? So we understood how cold things got. We understood how cold things were. So being at this temperature, being at this time, it is safer to say that we were not ready for this type of temperature. And for this temperature shift to be so quick is ridiculous. I don't think you cannot deal with this type of stuff. Anyway, let's continue. Let's go up. I'm gonna go into the next one. Let's go into the fact checking now. High ancient temperatures don't prove modern warming a hoax. Fact check. The claimed study shows global warming is a hoax. This took me a few seconds just to look up. That's a sad truth. It took me a few seconds. The claimed study shows global warming is a hoax. A September 21st Facebook post direct link, archive link, shows a Washington Post headline that reads, scientists have captured Earth's climate over the years. It is surprising that it stands on, right? So this, okay, I gotta have to go fix it. Single page, girl. Thank you. It's explaining basically what we read. is saying that basically a warm pass doesn't disprove modern global warming, and that the things that Facebook is saying is ridiculous. Oh my God. Like, what can global warming do? Arctic ice is lost, an increase in frequent heat waves, melting ice sheets in Antarctica and Greenland, melting glaciers, sea level rise, all these stuff. So it's like, oh no, what does that show us? It doesn't show us anything. Well, I want to show you, this is the article anyway. This is 1881. This is 2021. It looks less crazy. But if you were to just squeeze it into a million years, you would see like, oh, no, this is quite rapid. If we were to show you in the other section, it wouldn't be in 200 years. It wouldn't be for like, this is like 1,000 years, most likely. This is 2,000, this is not 1,000 years, sorry. This is like 200, this is like 200 years. This is around 200 years. This is incredibly rapid and rises and falls. And the thing is, that my professor taught me, oh, well, this is a little bit too close together with numbers, but if you were to see 1 year, you would see a like, if you were to see like 10 years, you would see an increase just like this. And that increase, this is the carbon dioxide showing, but you would see like leaves fall. And those leaves increases carbon dioxide because things die. And when you die, you turn into carbon. What becomes waste? Exactly. So when things die, carbon dioxide increases because waste. And we become carbon dioxide, and, we produce it, and then, things eat it, and, things pass over, and nutrients again and again and again. So it's stating like, okay, look, it's real. Stop. We should stop. Now, people might say, oh yeah, that don't make sense. But let's go. Let's go further. We could go to big five mass extinctions in Earth's history. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and future. So, in our understanding, this is pretty crazy. All of these are pretty crazy. 86, 75, 70, 76, 80, 76. We don't know, right? This is a possibility, right? Humans. Here's the thing. There was mass amount of biodiversity in all these times. I mean, a massive amount. To the point where only what? So let's say there's 86. So that means there's like 14. There's like 13. 14 different 14% of animals. 40 different percent of animals that could survive that, different species. And then they expanded and they became their own species, and carnivorous, whatever they become. 75%, so 25 lived. Okay, we still got it. 96, that means crazy. Jurassic, again, 80%, but only 20 of them had to repopulate the whole Earth. 76. Oh, only 20, only 24% of animals. They're kind of like, they're bounced back. But the thing is, us, something can hit the fan. We're up here. Sure. Oh, this is not the bad. It was a slow buildup until the major hit. But us, imagine one major hit. Forget about it. And us humans, they say around 20 or 12, but around here, 7 to 8 million years, we started developing. We didn't live that long, and modern society didn't get to anything yet. So when you see these things that occur, and you see a total of just destruction, increased floodings, heat waves, fires, us trying to pull out the fires. This looks like Cali. Like, this, like, there's just so many things. Florida probably. Look over here. Whoa, like nuclear fallout waste. Like give one major earthquake, one major earthquake to hit us. This won't. I don't know. This looks like a real picture. It looks fake, but this is probably fake. I don't know why there's drugs here, but tornadoes, hurricanes, like the temperature difference is crazy. Now, I want to show you something else. This is a simulation of the planet heat, like the carbon dioxide, basically, because this is 2006, the rise of carbon dioxide, and the more or less it is, the better it is for us. And you can definitely tell that up here, it's going crazy, right? Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, look at that. So I'm gonna stop real quickly and just let it. Okay, let's stop right here. So, what is it showing us here? That a lot of it is just going upwards, but that is rotating. We're affecting each other. But as you can see, morning and night is crazy. Like, if you were to slow this down, this is probably going really fast. This is probably more than a few days. But like, if we were to have specific temperatures, like day and night cycle, you could see like, oh, people are using carbon. Next, you know, they stop using carbon, using carbon, stopping it. And you see that down here, with a bunch of variety of different plants and animals live, just a bunch of animals, they are cooling. They are taking care of the carbon dioxide. Up here, nope. Even though there's not that much animal diversity up here. This is America. Do you see how like we're just producing so much carbon dioxide? This is China. Russia's up here somewhere. This is Europe. And we just rotating each other. Right, see, I told you, Russia. Europe. Up here. And the only ones that are not getting affected by it, not really, they are going to. They definitely will. It's down here. Where a bunch of animal diversity is clumped up and just absorbing that carbon dioxide and be like, we're cool, we're dandy, right? You think it's gonna be a safe haven? Yeah, right. India, obviously, guys, the highest. So yeah, you know. So what am I getting at, right? Where am I getting at, right? Give me a second. What I'm getting at is that people have been affecting climate change for a very long time. And things like solar panels, wind turbines, things like electric cars, even though how you guys might think, oh, because we're getting them, right? We're using them. It's ineffective. It's not helpful. I would like to say it's not true. People who say that, oh, solar panels are not going to help you because it doesn't help as much. Well, we didn't put the infrastructure for it. I mean, if you guys don't understand how much we've been investing in diesel fuel when we invested it, like, do you know how long ago we invested in fuel? It's like more than 200 years. I think it's more than 300 years. Let's go look it up. How? Because I got all caps, of course. How long have humans known about fuel? Let's see. Let's see if it gives us more than. So humans have known about the use of fuels for what 1.5 million years. So people, we knew it for a very long time. Now it could be like wood. It's obviously saying wood and stuff, but let's go a little bit. Let's go like let's go gasoline, fuel like gas, gasoline. We should thousands of years. Let's go a little bit more specific. So gasoline and oil. So yeah, mid 19th century. So around the 1800s. And the reason, so like we knew it for about 2 3 centuries. We knew how to. We were using it like crazy. We were like, oh yeah, okay, now let me improve it. Let me even like we have thousands of years of just learning about natural gases. Oh hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. Hey, let's put it in a car. Let's put it in a boat. Like we do. It's forever. And people like to say I gotta check something. I want to see if it is working. Okay. People like to say, oh yeah, that's it's not helpful for us to know this. Well, to know this because I used to work in a I used to do diesel fuel. Used to do diesel fuel. I used to make diesel fuel in my lab in Medgar Evers College. If you guys don't know, I'm a researcher. And I used to just make diesel fuel off of grease sludge. And we basically just stuck his like backyard again, like a backyard type of setup. Obviously with great equipment, but with no mask, I definitely probably will have cancer when I get older. I'll most likely have cancer. Hopefully I don't, uh, but yeah, we've been knowing about this for a while. So expecting greenhouse like fuel for our society to be catch up for 200 years is ridiculous. Now let's go to the corporate side because the corporate side is also ridiculous. You're like, no way. So I got to check the AC because I felt like it was off. Like, honestly, the corporate side wants this because it's a new source of resources. Really? Is it? Is it a new source of resources? Do you know how much money they invested in just gasoline? Let's go to gasoline. Money invested in gasoline 2020 2025. 3.3 trillion in 2025. This is currently. Let's go a little bit further back because that's 3.3 is a little low, right? That's just trillion. 869 billion from 790 billion. So we've been putting a lot of money on fuel. And I bet this is including greenhouse emissions, but majority of that, probably 20% of that sliver is fossil fuel. So to say that industry wants this, it's not true. There's no initiative for businesses to move in a way that says, oh yeah, we want this, right? With somebody. Yeah, I have a little dog here. It's little Max. It's okay, buddy. You want to go walk out again? Do you want to eat? Food? Eat? Eat? No, okay. So yeah, Greenhouse, it's not, it's like cancer. You, it, it's necessary if you could get like some money out of it. But to say that, oh yeah, industries want this, no, they don't. They have millions of dollars in faculty, in resources, in general stuff that they can use. Excuse me. In just general like equipment, like buildings and gas station ports and like they made millions of dollars on this. Imagine you have to just plug it into a wall and it's not AC, but it's DC energy. Like people would who are there would jump off a building and kill themselves. If you don't believe me, you could see any market crash once the fuel industry is over with. It'd be like that. The people are going to be jumping. And the main reason why is because now people with a market labor skills that need to work and provide for their family will not. And the people who have and jump on the bandwagon early, they will. This is the dangers of just an economical shift. So, so this shows us that the incentive for us, for society itself, is not for us. Now, I want to tell you guys, how does someone get to this level? Well, we can go to the American Statistic Boards and we can understand how intelligent are the average people in your life. You walk through, you stay friends with, and you could just tell by this guy.
I can sound the words out and read them aloud, but I'm not actually understanding what I'm reading.
So that's first grade, right? And that's understandable. You know, a first grader reads a book and they read it. And I've been with even someone who has not read a book, like grade schooler, below grade school, excuse me, pre-K. And they read a book and they're like, ah, home, this, that, this. And then I tell them, what does that mean? And they'd be like, uh, it just means, I don't know, it just means home. That makes total sense, right?
I can read sentences a little more fluently, and I can usually answer who, what, when, where, why questions because I am starting to develop a more literal understanding of the things that I'm reading. I can.
So that's third grade, right? That makes total sense. I don't have anything else to say about that. But like, yeah, third graders, they let's go move this somewhere else. Yeah. So yeah, see, third graders, they're understanding a little bit more, right? They're breaching into understanding who, what, where, when, and why. Like you could then ask a third grader, "Hey, where's your mom? When did she leave? How did she leave? When will she get back?" You know, that's a third grader, right?
Understanding of the
Let's
things
do.
that I'm reading. I can follow plot lines, cause and effect. I'm even picking up on things that the writer doesn't say explicitly, like hints or foreshadowing. I understand.
So this is now explaining like further education, right? Like, okay, this is again, I think this is sixth graders. We go with yeah, sixth graders, right? This is basically, hey, I'm understanding uh how to read a little bit more constructively because subtle foreshadowing is a major thing for readers, right? For people. And I will say, like, one of the things that you should really, 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 really should know about something is, oh, when will the character die? That's one of the things that you should be careful, that you should learn. So when someone reads Harry Potter, it's not a surprise for someone if they can understand the foreshadowing that's supposed to happen in Harry Potter. Let's continue.
I understand what's implied, not just what's said. I'm picking up on sarcasm, metaphor, symbolism, tone. I'm thinking about people's motivations and how perspective can change what information means. I'm not just understanding the message, I am analyzing the author's intent. I can spot bias, writing techniques, how different word choices or arrangement can change meanings. I am juggling multiple perspectives at once.
Okay, so I wanted to wait until we get to those two because those two are very important. Because it's basically simultaneously. This is the 9 and 12. It's all for threes. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. worry, right? Just come in, Max. Just come up, come up, cry baby. So, how does this affect everything that we're reading, right? This affects it because certain people like to believe that, oh, United States have a sixth grader mindset. They can read sixth grader, right? I like to propose to you that by that means that they haven't taken the 12th grade, or they haven't taken these things. And I like to say no. There people are very smart. We underestimate a lot of what people are doing. So let's continue to the next part.
At once. I am thinking about the material, the style, the author, and my own internal mental models. I can recognize logical fallacies, manipulation, and I am evaluating whether or not I should logically be updating my knowledge and my beliefs.
I'm not gonna lie to you, the hair is fucking true. Excuse my language. It is so true. You- Being in college is just this, a mess. Yeah, undergraduate, graduate school, it's just ugh. But yeah, when you're in college and you're reading your there's something that he says specifically is like mental models. You're learning to confront your knowledge that you have built up throughout your life. So when you go to Thanksgiving back to your family's house and you listen to one of your uncles or your dad talk about something crazy, and you're like, when did I ever believe this? When did he? I didn't know he was this extreme. Or you like, come on, dad, that's not true. And these are people who are in college, right? That's why parents have so much disdain sometimes for kids going to college, because you're confronted with information every day. And people like to say, oh, you're confronted with so much information that it's a lie, that you're obviously gonna get some lies. It's like it is more likely that you are, if you're confronted with so much information, the thing that you built up for like majority of your life is going to be like thrown out the window. Oh, what is it? Drinking milk to heal bad seafood. Does that help? No, not really. Not at all. Actually, it's a misconception, right? You learned that. You learned that in college, but it continues, right? You learn like, oh, am I racist? Am I not? Am I this? Am I that? This is what occurs. This is what happens in learning and going to college and getting a higher education, because you're confronted more and more with with information that you don't like. You're thinking, oh yeah,
I should logically be updating my knowledge and my beliefs.
yeah. Obviously, he says update my knowledge, I believe. Now there's a mirror behind me, right? People can see you. They start just gonna go. Fuck. Lewis knows the reference I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna do that to him next time. Watch. He's gonna fucking hate it.
So how do you write for me?
Okay. uh, this is an average American. Now, I like to say this, like when people like I'm gonna be so characteristic, I'm gonna be very out of character. This right here, people like to say that, oh look, average Americans have a sixth grade reading level comprehension. I like to say, don't disrespect a sixth grader. How dare you disrespect a sixth grader. They're still learning. They're still learning how to read, write, understand things a lot better than a 26 to 21-year-old man, an average American, 18 to someone who has not or has gone through high school. Don't state that you have unlocked the knowledge, as they say. I lost my frames, so hopefully I get my frames back. But yeah,
So, how do you write for me?
let's see how you write
I
for him.
understand and can summarize the main plot points, but I'm usually more literal. I tend to miss things like subtlety, sarcasm, or manipulation, and I also usually don't think about the writer's perspective. So whether or not I end up believing what I'm reading is usually more dependent on how it makes me feel than whether or not it makes sense.
So for this right here, for the picture that my brother sent me, for the picture that my friend sent me, I like you to understand this. You're not dumb. By far, you're a very intelligent person. But to say that you have a sixth grade reading comprehension is very disrespectful. You only got to what was strong to you. Oh, this is how I felt, so I'm right. When really you have never read something in your life. Now, not to be disrespectful or rude, but I encourage you more to read through an article than to see a clickbait thing, send it to me, and then say, you see, you're wrong. And then when I have to come up and say you're wrong, he's like, see, this is what happens to somebody who has this type of mindset who reads. You're in this part of this is your party. I'm like, bro, if you know me, I am the most mismatched person. You can't put me down into a category. You can't. I am conservative to one thing, liberal to the other, extremely progressive in another, because completely the opposite for one group. It's just how it is. And I like you guys to, take the BS off of this. I'm gonna close this real quickly because we don't need this no more. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna preview closed. Boom. Do you have anything else open? No. Okay. Hopefully we get back my frames. Give me back my frames. All right, let's go see our my music stopped. It's saying advertisement. I don't know what's going on. We'll let that roll. So sadly, half of you guys are not subscribed to me. So 80% of you are not subscribed who are watching me. So subscribe. How dare you? Yeah. Let me go and what's going on here? Yeah, it's definitely not loading. All right, so we don't need any of these now. So I'm gonna exit all these out. There you go. So my Spotify. Why you are not loading? Let's go do it again. Oh no, I just clicked it when it just got on. Anyway, what I'm trying to teach you guys, and what I'm trying to teach you guys, and what I'm trying to get at is that you guys need to take a step back, reevaluate your belief system, because it's definitely making you look at information and thinking you're correct. This is to my friend group, not to the people who are watching. To the people who are watching, uh, you're probably very smart, intelligent human beings. But yeah, no, yeah, check yourselves. Next, let's go into the. Let's go into. We'll get into that later. I'm feeling very, very sick right now, and my frame rates are just horrendous. And my music is not playing, so it is making me feeling very distracted. So let's see if it goes. All right. I was gonna go into genetics, like vaccinations, genetics. How do people just scare you, right? So here's something that will come up for a lot of you. If you are ever given an information by a politician, by a researcher, by a doctor, by someone who is trying to sell you something like a businessman, you got to understand, what is the benefit for them? What's the benefit for you knowing this information? If you have no benefit from knowing it, it's a great little tad bit of information, right? Oh, but what type of information is it? What type of info are they giving me? Certain politicians, they would give you a false sense of reality, stating that, oh, like how Trump talks, everything's okay, the world is fine. There is no global interest in greenhouse energies because they are useless. What benefit does he have for saying that? What benefit does he have for denying it? Maybe because fossil fuels, people who like have millions of dollars don't want to invest in that because there's no real benefit in money in that. There's no return in investment. They're too far behind. They're too far behind. They're too far below. They're too far. Okay, guys, give me a second. Mom was telling me to drink some water. I sound stuffy. Okay, so what was I saying? If the information that you are receiving right now is confirming your own beliefs, usually you are probably right. You know, not all information is bad, but there's a reason why he states things the way he does. It's to keep you scared, and then to keep you powerful. Oh, look. But the people get scared because they know it's like, oh, this is bad. Because people would understand the information. Like, hey, look, the climate change is a very important topic, a very important thing for us. Then there are people who are not scared. And those people, you're gonna be wondering like, oh, why is it? Why is it? Why are they not scared? The reason why is because, oh, it confirms their belief. I knew it was a hoax. I knew it was a lie. There's no interest. So the reason why I got fired last time was BS. So, yeah, basically that. So to end my stream, I would just like to say to my group chat, check yourself before you wreck yourself. I told you I was right. But if you guys need me to wipe the floors with you again, just know I will. If you guys do not like my professionality or my professionalism in this, I really don't understand why not. I'm a person who is very, very respectful, obviously, but with my data, but with my friend group, take the seat. I really do need to get out of the sickness, so I will leave it and probably do something else later on. So gaming stream will be in another 30 minutes to an hour. So yeah, deuces. Told you I was right. Losers.